It's about to go down for all our foes. It's time to watch the greatest show. The Round Table Flick brings all the news, all the heat for all of you. From Raw to Dynamite and SmackDown too. Now tune in and play some trivia too. The Round Table Pro Wrestling Podcast is on, so tune in. The Round Table Pro Wrestling Podcast is on, so tune in.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Network News. I'm the franchise. That is your boy, Double J, Josh James. It is episode 58, Josh. We are rocking and rolling. Josh, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic, my friend. It is a beautiful day.
Juneteenth, my friend.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good day today. It's about to rain here in Corvallis, but you know, I'm not complaining at all.
I think it's going to be raining here in Portland, too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. It's Oregon for you.
It's so crazy that we're right at the beginning of the fucking summer weather, and here it is about to rain on this parade.
Oh, that's typical Oregon for you. You never know what the weather's going to be like.
If this was live, I'd give 0 subs. You know what, hater? We don't believe you at all. We don't believe you at all. You still owe us 5 subs. So
that's true. Yeah. You do.
Liar. He belongs in the liar. He belongs in the Liar Hall of Fame.
The Halls of Liars.
The Hall of Liars. That's what he belongs in. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before Hater has something else to say, let's get into the news. Let's talk about this, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. It's a sad day in professional wrestling. And I'll say this because Liv Morgan separated her shoulder and it will require surgery. PWInsider.com has learned from multiple WWE sources that this is pretty much the worst case scenario from the freak accident that happened this last Monday, as it means that she will be out for an extended amount of time. Liv Morgan was slated to be at the Fanatics Fest this weekend in New York City, but she's going to be having surgery. And yeah, shout out to CIW Pro Wrestling who just subscribed. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Real Ginger Ninja, thank you very much for subscribing.
Thank you. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I really love that name. That's a cool name. I'm not gonna lie.
That is pretty cool. So yeah, man, Liv Morgan is out and it's not too good. Some say she might be out for the rest of 2025. Liv Morgan came on the scene, bro. And remember back in the day, we used to call her Mid Morgan.
Oh yeah.
There ain't nothing made about Liv Morgan right now, my friends. Nothing made about her at all. She is killing the game.
Except for me, I was the only one that never called her that. It was just the rest of you guys that did that.
Lies, Josh. Lies.
You know I'm telling the truth. I always defended her.
And hater says there's 2 subs. That's all you get. Well, hater.
At least he gave
liar. You still owe us 3 more. Until I get those 5 subs, Shane is still going to come to your house and do you know what to that chicken. Anyway, I can talk about that live on this show. Let's talk about Nick Khan.
Oh boy.
Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. I'm sorry, courtesy of Paul Jordan from PW Insider. Nick Khan tells all on Roman Reigns, on the social media stuff, on Stephanie McMahon's podcast. What's your story with Stephanie McMahon? That show is actually pretty good. I watched it the other day. She had Dominic Mysterio on there, and I kind of like Stephanie, man. I kind of like Stephanie.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that video that I shared earlier with her hyping Macho Man up, you know. Woo, Steph. I don't know what to say about you sometimes, girl, but damn, Stephanie McMahon. If I was Paul Triple H, I'd be like, nah, dude, can't be talking like that.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen clips of her show on TikTok and some on YouTube, and it looks like a legit fun show to watch, actually. I did like the one that she did with the Bloodline, and the Dominic Mysterio one was a really good one, too, so I really did enjoy that. And also, it's just cool that how, like, Dom is actually, you know, I know we're talking about Steph's show, but I also want to talk about, like, how good and great Dominic's doing right now in wrestling.
Honestly, man, like, We would have never expected Dominic Mysterio to be so over as a heel, but still getting the face pop constantly.
Mhm.
And he does every week. Like Dom
Yeah.
Mysterio has won our hearts, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I just wanted to say that.
Even Ultimate Hater, who hates everything, would say that Dominic Mysterio was killing the game.
Mhm. Indeed.
Think about the 3 years Dominic Mysterio's had. He's had Mommy.
Mhm.
He's had Rhea Ripley. He's had Rhea Ripley. He's had Liv Morgan, and now he's going to go after Roxanne Perez. The dude's Intercontinental Champion. He's a former WWE Tag Team Champion. The dude's a former NXT North American Champion.
He even almost got Tiffany Stratton. Stratton.
Dominic Mysterio is having the light. Dominic is the king of kings, bro.
Yes.
It ain't Triple H, my friend. It's Dominic Mysterio.
It's at the point, just name a pay-per-view after him. Pay tribute to the man. But
Wow. In my boots. You are a sick fuck.
Ew.
I can't wait for Shane to go to your house and get that chicken.
But yeah, I just want to say Dominic's great. I love the guy. Huge fan. It's crazy how he first started. No one gave him a chance.
Right? Like
And
everyone
now
was like,
look at
"Oh, Nepo baby."
Yeah.
The guy is doing the most, man. Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, Jason Hotch signs a new deal with TNA, opens up about his pathway to pro wrestling, and basically his future and more. As TNA Wrestling returns to Access TV tonight, it heads into a big weekend of TV tapings in the city of Pittsburgh. The company is securing key talents for the future, and today PW Insider can confirm that one of those most promising homegrown stars has put pen to paper on a new deal. Jason Hotch, 28 years old, has re-signed with TNA Wrestling. In an exclusive interview with PW Insider, Hotch broke down the decision to stay with TNA, a place that helped launch him into the national spotlight, one half of the Great Hands, formerly the Good Hands, alongside John Schuyler. He is now featured as a member of Mustafa Ali's Order 4 faction, which is awesome because Mustafa Ali, probably one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. Hotch has quickly become one of the most well-rounded and reliable performers in the company, but his path to resigning with TNA was anything but automatic. He says a lot went into where I was going to resign when my contract came up. John Schuyler and I were really forming a solid brotherhood, and I was confident. I'm confident to say that he was probably one of my best friends in professional wrestling, let alone outside of the business. I talked to him about everything very personal. He probably knows me better than anyone else in the locker room, and he probably should be. I thought that I should probably be with my tag team partner. The bond we forged through travel, tag team battles, and shared ambition played a central role in Hotch's decision to resign with TNA. He made the decision to resign with TNA practically for me and my family, Hotch revealed. We both feel like we still have a lot to do as a tag team, but I'm also really enjoying the Order 4 gimmick where this thing is going. Being able to sit alongside him, I really think he is one of the brightest minds in the business. I just try to be a sponge the whole time. I still have a lot to learn. Every day is a school day. Let me tell you something. Mustafa Ali is a fucking amazing talent.
Mm-hmm.
Big fumble by WWE, but letting that guy go.
Big time.
Huge fumble. The guy, in my opinion, one of the very best from the Indies to House of Glory to Defy Wrestling to PW, to all these companies, to Prestige Wrestling, all these companies that he works for. He is such a great asset. They say a 5-tool player.
Mm-hmm.
He is a 5-tool player.
Yeah. And I love the gimmick, too, that he's doing right now. Like, it's like he's running for president and all that kind of stuff. That gimmick's great. I wish they did that with him in WWE because I think that was he was trying to do when he was in NXT, but big fumble. I'm happy for the guy that he's re-signing with TNA. That's good for him, and I'm happy for him. But looking forward to seeing what comes next for him.
Dude, let's talk about TNA real quick, man. TNA has had such great talent. People leaving WWE and just showing up in TNA, like, dude, TNA has so much good. And that's the thing about TNA; they've always been really good. I think TNA's problem is they lack a TV deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Access TV is great and all, but Access TV is like being on your local cable access channel. Hundreds of people will get to watch you, but not thousands, pun 10,000s, 100,000s, millions of people. So you don't get that reach, you know. And I think that's been TNA's issue the whole time.
Yeah, like because when they were on Spike TV, a lot of people watched it. But with what the Leica TV what they're on right now, a lot of people don't have that channel. So it does suck. Like I used to have it. I don't have that anymore. So that's the part that kind of sucks. And I want to do more TNA stuff, like watch alongs and all that on this channel, but I don't have the channel or anything like that. So that's the part that sucks.
So let's talk about TNA Impact. As TNA Impact, this is also courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Dude, TNA Impact has celebrated 23 years as a wrestling company. 23 effing years, man. Happy birthday, TNA Wrestling.
Happy birthday, indeed. That's awesome. That's really cool.
And let's talk about TNA Wrestling celebrating the 23rd anniversary. With these, dude, like I said, TNA Wrestling has such great athletes in the company. Man, look. We have TNA World Champion Trick Williams, NXT's Trick Williams, and the TNA Tag Team Champions, the Nemeth. You know, Ryan, I'll sue you, Nemeth, and the best bumper in the gimmick, the best bumper in the game. Then we got the TNA X Division Champion Moose.
Yes.
TNA International Champion Steve Macklin. So pretty much every TNA champion is in one match on the same team.
That is true.
Taking on Joe Hendry, Elijah, the Rascals, and your boy Mike Santana. That's one match. Then we got TNA Tag Team Champions Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. Ash by Elegance, formerly another former WWE superstar, taking on TNA Knockouts Champion Masha Slamovich and Li Ying Lee.
Oh.
And then we have The System, Brian Myers, part of The System, taking on Matt Cardona, a former WWE guy, and a mystery partner. Then we have the Order 4 holding a summit with former WWE star. We were just talking about him a few minutes ago, Mustafa Ali. Then we have Santino Marella, another former WWE star. We have Sami Callihan and Eric Young, both former WWE stars. TNA Wrestling has a lot of star power, man.
They do.
And it's crazy. They don't get the accolades that they really deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I always saw TNA also like it's a rebuild for some of the wrestlers too. Like when Christian Cage left WWE at the first time, no one really cared. But when he went to TNA, he rebuilt his career. He became Captain Charisma, NWA World Champion, one of the best heels in TNA. And he went back and became a world champion. That's how I see it. Like this company's like, let's help this guy rebuild his career, and maybe he could stay here longer or go back. Let's help these guys out. That's how I see it, and I love TNA for that. That's one thing. I remember hearing so many stories like, "Oh, this is the year where TNA is gonna die," and TNA's still kicking, and it's just like, hey, you can't get rid of us that easy. No, we got plenty more in the tank, which makes me happy to see.
That's what I'm saying. Like TNA is such a great company. Like it's like they're like a little engine that could. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So speaking of little engines that could, let's talk about one of the best wrestlers in the entire world,
John Cena.
It's really shit. One of the very best wrestlers in the entire world, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, Will Ospreay, who we saw last night compete in AEW Grand Slam Mexico. Will Ospreay's grandfather passed away. So let's talk about this. Will Ospreay posted this on Twitter. He says, personal note, I landed in Mexico this morning at 3 a.m. Once I landed, I had a phone call from my mom telling me my granddad had passed away this morning. Extremely close to my granddad. He was my bloody hero. Yeah. Your love and support eased my pain. Thank you so much. Will Ospreay's grandfather passed away. The dude literally landed in Mexico and performed like a fucking star.
Yeah.
So, courtesy of Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, I'd like to say our deepest condolences to you, Mr. Will Ospreay, and to your family. Will Ospreay's had a very up and down year. Like, he just got engaged like last week to the mother of his kid, the love of his life, and now his grandfather passed away.
It's always the worst feeling to lose a family member.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one thing that takes longer to recover.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, brother. I really am.
So last night, let's talk about this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read the before AEW Grand Slam happened last night. Ring of Honor versus CMLL Global Wars.
Yep.
So TV, that was a match that happened. It's going to be on TV later this week. What are you going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and spoil this shit.
Oh?
I know we don't do that on this channel, but I really want to read this because something special happened. Courtesy of Jose Barisca. I hope that's saying his name right, a PW Insider. Arena Mexico with a very long and, the line to enter Arena Mexico was very long, and unfortunately for the fans, it was raining as well. The taping opened with Justin Roberts coming out and welcoming everyone to AEW in Spanish. Before AEW Grand Slam, Ring of Honor Global Wars happened. So we had the Ring of Honor World Television Champion Nick Wayne take on Teton. That match, I'm not going to spoil the matches. I'm just going to say what matches happened.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor World Television Champion Nick Wayne takes on Teton. Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena and Ring of Honor's World Television Champion Red Velvet teamed up to take on CMLL Universal Amazon's champion Personi and Thunder Rosa. That was a great match. I'm not gonna put that over. I mean, that's a great match. Ring of Honor Pure Champion Lee Moriarty with the Infantry and Shane Taylor took on Blue Panther. So Lee Moriarty took on Blue Panther. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to spoil this one. Okay, because I want to spoil this because something big happened. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as Blue Panther hit the top rope crossbody on Lee Moriarty, the Infantry attacked the Blue Panther. Blue Panther is like a fucking legend in Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. He's like next to Neil Maskers, one of the best, like one of the most all-time luchas ever. Okay, so while this happened, a lot of guys came out to the ring to save Blue Panther, but there was one guy that came out, ladies and gentlemen. One guy that they returned to professional wrestling. One man, or should I say, one dragon.
Oh,
an American Dragon. Bryan Danielson returned at Ring of Honor last night, brother. Ring of Honor, he showed up. He gave the Psycho knee and to Shane Taylor. Shout out to my boy Shane Taylor Productions, Shane Taylor Promotions, good friend of the channel. Hit him with that Busaiku knee. Bryan Danielson's music hit the final countdown. The Arena Mexico crowd sang the song. Fans were crying in the arena. It was crazy. But you won't see it on TV.
Nope.
Bryan Danielson led the yes chants to close the show.
You know what? Bryan Danielson being in Ring of Honor would probably be the biggest help for Ring of Honor at this point.
Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor gives the TV credibility.
Yes. The thing is, it's like Ring of Honor is legitimately like it's a shadow of its former self. And if Bryan Danielson was the one to help out with Ring of Honor, like you said, Blood, that just equals like TV credibility.
Yeah, that's TV
because
credibility,
if you have someone like Bryan Danielson to help you out with a company, like with like Ring of Honor needs, oh, big time. And also, I want to bring up Athena. She has been champion since December 10th.
She's a forever champion, bro.
2022. 922 plus days.
She's almost reaching my status.
Yes. That's why I wanted to bring it up, Blood.
When she reaches my status of like 1,000 and some odd days, then we'll talk. Till then, good luck, Athena.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up to you, Blood, because like you've held, I think it was the NWA Pacific Northwest, or was it Big Red?
All of them.
That's true. That's true.
I was 1,743 days as the OIWA International Champion, OIWA North American Champion.
Mm-hmm.
1,643 days as the AIWF America's Heavyweight Champion. 973 days as the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion, longest in history. 1,243 days as the NWA Continental Heavyweight Champion.
I wanted to bring that up to you because like she's almost there.
Oh,
almost.
And I'm 15 days shy. Wait, what's today? Let's see. Today is the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
I am 16 days as the Round Table Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champion. I had to make
longest reigning champion already.
Longest reigning champion ever. Yep. Well, I mean, so far. So let's talk about this, man. Let's switch gears because this is something that I know you will take offense to, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to get it out there because I kind of think it's a little tribalistic, a little bullshit, to be honest with you. Courtesy of Mike Johnson for BW Insider. Okay. I love Mike Johnson. He always comes with the heat.
Yes.
The guy never fucking fails, dude. Kairi Sane comments on Liv Morgan's injury. Okay. So Kairi Sane took to Twitter to combat the IWC and talk about Liv Morgan. She said this: one of the most painful things for me is when a match is decided not by wrestling, but by an injury. I always step into the ring with deep respect for my opponent, and I train hard every day to give the audience something they can truly enjoy. Okay. Then she goes on to say, even if it was never intentional, knowing that someone was hurt in a match with me is something I carry deeply. It breaks my heart. I hope with all my heart for a full and speedy recovery. I will continue to give my all, hoping to bring excitement, not pain, to the ring. Okay. Kairi Sane, I mean, she's gone through a lot, right? For hurting like the match. We watched the match. We were watching on Monday Night Raw. We were doing a live watch along, and we saw the injury. Like the injury happened. Wow. She also had a situation where she was wrestling Zoe Starks, and Zoe Starks got hurt. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling is not ballet. People get hurt. I have a tooth. They got knocked out of my mouth because of a botched spot. The guy called for a clothesline. I was taking the clothesline bump, and he drop kicked me right in the fucking face. It hurt, yes. I had to have the tooth extracted the day for yesterday. It fucking sucks. But shit happens, man. It's not ballet. This is professional wrestling. You know, does she feel bad that Liv Morgan is out? Fuck yeah, she does. She just said it right there.
Yep.
You know, but Liv Morgan is expected to be out of action for 6 months, and that's post surgery. So WWE Creative has begun reshaping future plans, including plans for Evolution and SummerSlam. So I mean, it looks like Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan will both be missing Evolution 2 due to injuries. So
that's crazy that Bianca's gonna miss it. And Liv is going to miss it. I mean, it sucks too because like both of them are top women wrestlers in WWE, and they're going to miss it. And again, it's wrestling. Injuries are going to happen, unfortunately. Like you said, Blood, it's not ballet. And wrestling's a tough sport.
Yeah, it is. And let's talk about like how like Liv Morgan has become like a focal point. You know what I mean? To the point to where Evolution 2, because of her injury, the whole card had to be scrapped and start over again from scratch. They literally had to recreate a whole show because of one person. Bro, mean like let's just be honest, man. Like she ain't mid no more, my dog. She ain't mid no more. So yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of things have happened. You know, we were gonna probably have like the Bella Twins challenge for the women's tag team titles. Things happen.
Yeah.
But shout out to Kyrie Sane for that because it takes a lot. The IWC is mean. IWC is fucking rude to people. You guys should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, and you guys call yourself wrestling fans.
Remember Hana Kimura? Remember the bullshit they did with her?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys like you armchair bookers that have never been in the ring, bro. Relax.
And the thing is like, even for me, the guy who's actually never been in the ring before, but I could tell the difference between reality and a wrestling show. But the thing is, sometimes I will get into it, sometimes a little bit too far. Sometimes
getting into it is one thing, bro, but
when it gets to a bad point where you're actually threatening people,
yeah,
that's not right. That's not right. Like, for instance, I don't like Mercedes Moné. I'm not the biggest fan of hers. But the thing is, I'm not a fan of her as a wrestler. As a person, I bet she's one of the most nicest people there. Probably. I don't know. I don't know her. But the thing is, for me, it's just like I'm not really a big fan of her as how she's being booked. That's just me personally. Like with Shane, our friend Shane hates Goldberg. And the thing is, like for me, I'm not really a big Goldberg fan, but the thing is, I'm happy to see him, but in the same time, I don't think he should be back in the ring. But hey, what can you do? What can you do?
It is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like these people stalking wrestlers and the whole tweeting things that wrestlers should be dying or are they dead yet? Like that's fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, when they're actually threatening people or stalk. Yeah, it's horrible. The thing is like don't do that. Like I get if you're a fan of a wrestler or if you don't like them, that's fine. But if it goes too far like that, you need serious help.
Like I don't even feel like you're a fan if you're stalking someone and doing stuff like that. Like
exactly,
that's not fandom. That's a crime.
Exactly,
that is a crime,
big time. Like does it like you brought up Hannah Kumar? Remember what happened to Sonya Deville?
Same thing. Yeah, the guy was in her fucking house, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Her and Mandy Rose were not like the guy's crazy. People are crazy. And I want you guys to listen to me very carefully when I say this, because I don't mean any disrespect, but I do. I had a stalker, stalked my family, went to my child's school, and was going to pull my child out of school to get my attention. Luckily, a lady in the attendance office knew that the lady was not my fiance or whatever what she was saying at the time, and called the police. You know, people are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't condone it. I don't wish it, even on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it.
Exactly. I mean, also, and not just in wrestling, but in general.
In life.
Celebrities or people that you know. Like, it doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could just be someone like maybe like your ex or something like that. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. It's just get help, please.
Do something with your lives.
Exactly.
Do something productive with your lives. That's all I can really say. Mm-hmm. So let's see what Shane say. Trying to do Steiner math. Okay. So let's talk about former NXT talent. This is also courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Former NXT talent joins new season of MTV's The Challenge. Former rugby star Gabe White, who spent time in WWE NXT before being released, has joined the cast of the new season of the MTV reality competition series, The Challenge. Try saying that 5 times fast. Wall was signed to WWE in March of 2022 to a developmental deal and christened Ika Brown. He never made his official in-ring debut and was released the following year and has since played for the Orlando Ghost in the American Sevens Football League. The new season of The Challenge will premiere in July 30th. People like CM Punk and Leo Rush have previously appeared on previous seasons. So obviously, MTV's The Challenge loves professional wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they did have Lucha Underground too, but yeah. So before we head on out, I want to go ahead and give you, Josh, the opportunity. Wait, you know what? Let me do something real quick. Let me give something positive before Josh goes into this day in wrestling history. Let me give you something positive.
I found one for you, Blood. That I want
two
you to
positive things. Eddie Kingston's coming back soon,
which is good to hear.
I love the fact that Eddie Kingston's coming back. I miss the Mad King. He's been working really hard with Cesar Bononi.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know Cesar Bononi, but he's a former WWE star. The guy has been he's a health fitness guru.
Yeah,
The guy's been helping wrestlers get into shape. I gotta go see him my damn self. Let me get a little bit out of shape and tell you the truth. But yeah. So Eddie Kingston's almost back. Let's talk about Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, brother.
So I hate that the IWC believes everything that they see.
That's true.
Someone said, it is Bubba the Love Sponge, Hulk Hogan's friend, said this, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. There was a report today on Bubba the Love Sponge radio show that WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan was hospitalized and in heart failure in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Johnson from PW Insider confirmed that is not true. And speaking of sources close to Hogan, they were told that Hogan was indeed hospitalized over the last several days, but it was not a heart issue. PW Insider was told that after his neck surgery several weeks ago, Hogan was having some adverse reactions not related to his heart from the trauma of all the back and neck work. So, yeah, Hogan's not dead. He's not dying. He is 71 years old, and that is the reason why he's still in the fucking hospital. So, the expectation is that Hogan will be released to go home later today, ladies and gentlemen. So, he's not dead. I mean, if Hogan probably said, "Brother, I'm dead, brother," like, yeah,
he would say that, "Hey, I got to meet the Grim Reaper, brother. I invented his
I body slammed that Grim Reaper, that big nasty Grim Reaper, brother."
But also, we were just talking about injuries. Hogan with his neck problem, like the schedule that they had back then, I can't imagine like what their body is going through right now, especially like with Flair's, Hogan's, or Jake's, or like I can't imagine like traveling the many days that they did, like with Brett or anything. I can't imagine. That would be just a tough job to do.
I'll tell you this. Being like training and getting to know Rey Mysterio Jr. Throughout those years, I kept in touch with him a lot. When Rey was getting married, Rey got married, let's say on a Friday, like on a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Had to do Friday Night SmackDown that Friday. Had to do a house show Saturday, a house show Sunday. Appeared on Monday Night Raw. Had to do a house show on Tuesday. Got to go home Wednesday and Thursday. Came back for SmackDown on Friday. Did house shows, did a European tour, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, these guys were going 317 days a year.
Yeah.
So, some of us, like myself, I go maybe 65 days a year. So, I mean, that's still a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 300 days off, but 65 days I abuse my body. And when you're 50, I'll be 51 in like 2 weeks. When you abuse your body for 31 years of your life, like, that's rough, right?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, like Hogan, you like him or not, the guy was abusing his body for your entertainment for years. So, I mean, shit. You know?
Also, those rings probably weren't so comfortable.
Yeah, they weren't so comfortable back then. They're not comfortable now, but
no, but they probably felt like concrete back then.
Let me tell you this: when I first began wrestling, I wrestled in the ring in Los Angeles, and then I went down to Tijuana to wrestle in the auditorium, and the ring was built on concrete. So yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and go to Josh's favorite topic. Today in wrestling history.
Today in wrestling history, I actually also send one to you, Blood, so you could read it because I know you're gonna love this one.
I'm looking at it right now.
But the one before you look at that, we're gonna go to the year 1992 at the UWF Herb Abrams Fury Hour taping.
UWF Herb Abrams.
Yeah.
So many things that can be said about Herb Abrams on this show.
Yeah, Tony Khan's dad.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's just a joke that we do. Don't take it seriously, people. It's just jokes.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about Tony.
But Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff defeated Bob Orton Jr. for the UWF Southern State Championship.
Which is funny because UWF was in California.
Exactly.
They never went to the Southern States.
And here's one that, Blood, you're going to love. And no, it's not WCW. It's actually something you will like. We're going to the year 1994, where the King of Hearts was born.
Happy birthday to the Blue Blazer, Owen Hart, the King of Hearts himself. I'm not a nugget, I'm a man.
One of the greatest Slammy Award champions of all time, and this was the night where he became the King of Hearts. It was the King of the Ring tournament where Razor Ramon defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, Erwin R. Shyster defeated Mabel, and it was by, I think, he pinned him, but with his feet on the ropes. And also Owen Hart defeated Tatanka. 1, 2, 3 Kid defeated Jeff Jarrett. And then we went to the semifinals where Razor Ramon defeated Erwin R. Shyster, and Owen Hart defeated the 1, 2, 3 Kid by the sharpshooter by submission. And then we got the finals. Owen Hart versus the bad guy, Razor Ramon. And Owen Hart wins with help from Jim the Anvil Neidhart and became the King of Hearts. The finals.
Who?
Jim the Anvil Neidhart helped Owen Hart.
Who?
Okay, I got you.
Where you're gonna get that.
God, I'm sick. All right, Blood, read me what I sent you.
Okay, so let me go back to it real quick because I was looking at something else that someone else sent me. Let me go ahead and read this beautiful story. 1948, 6 promoters from around North America founded the National Wrestling Alliance. Paul Pinky George, along with Alan Hope, Tony Stretcher, Harry Light, Orville Brown, and Sam Muchnick decided to consolidate the championship of their regional companies into one true world championship of professional wrestling, which holder will be recognized throughout the world. As the newly formed National Wrestling Alliance Board of Directors decided that Brown, to be the first ever NWA World Heavyweight Champion, NWA member promotions were divided up into territories that each promoter would operate and receive periodic visits from the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be an NWA guy. My entire life, I've never been a WWE guy. I've never been any other type of wrestling company, but in the National Wrestling Alliance. I'm talking Dustin Rules, the Metcana. I'm talking the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, daddy. I'm talking about the Midnight Express. I'm talking about the original Midnight Express, Sweet Stanley and Dennis Condrey. I'm talking about the Rock and Roll Express, the Fantastics. I'm talking about Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. My guy, Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster, and Rick Steiner, along with the IRS. That's right, Mike Rotunda, the Varsity Club. I'm talking about Sting and the Blade Runner himself, the Ultimate Warrior, the Blade Runners. I'm talking about Nature Boy Ric Flair, Ole, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, Telly Blanchard, Barry Windham, Sid Vicious, all those guys, even the late, great Steve Mongo McMichael, all those guys.
NWA guys.
Kerry Von Erich, WCCW, all those people, man, the Freebirds, the Road Warriors. That's where I grew up on. So I was fortunate to know 75% of those people that I mentioned personally. And let me tell you, becoming the NWA Continental Champion, NWA Pacific Northwest Champion, Television Champion, breaking all these records, NWA Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champion, getting to meet people and be friends with people like Maniac Matt Bourne, guys like that, wrestling Tim Storm for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in front of my family here in Portland, wrestling all around the country for the NWA. That was always my dream. So to be part of the NWA now, and forever, to quote a phrase, I will say that reading that right there was an honor and privilege, because the NWA is like the NWO. It's NWA for life.
Yeah, when I was reading that, I wanted you to read that because I know how much of an NWA guy you are, and it was fun to hear you listen to it and reading to it. It was great. I enjoyed that, and also there is a lot of great NWA champions, a lot of great champions at that time, and back when wrestling was like territories, NWA, WCCW, just so many great talents that there were in those times. And again, I know some of them myself, like Matt Bourne, knew the guy. Crazy dude. But
Roddy Piper was one of the people when the grappler. When I won the NWA Pacific Northwest Championship, and when I beat Grappler's record, Roddy Piper called me, Grappler called me. Dude, I was like, fuck, man. As a little kid, I would have been like, oh my God. These guys were calling me, and I'm like, hey, we're proud of you. I wrestled on a show in Texas one time for the NWA, and beautiful Bobby Eaton from Midnight Express was on the show.
That's awesome.
I grew up watching those guys. So to be in the same building with someone like that was awesome. But the fact that the guy was like, hey, man, I came to sit and watch you wrestle blows my mind. When I had Nikita Koloff on this podcast, I brought Nikita on, and my mom, I'll tell you, my mom had just passed away I think a month before. And my mom was a diehard Nikita Koloff fan. She loved Nikita Koloff. When Nikita Koloff teamed up with Dusty, become the Superpowers. My mom was she loved wrestling. My mom was from Chicago. She was all about the Rose on the Horizon. She's all about the Road Warriors, all that stuff. So when my mom had passed away, I was really distraught, and I was down. And a friend of mine was like, hey, Nikita Koloff wants to be on your podcast. And everyone knows that Nikita Koloff's like a born-again Christian, the guy, living a very good life. So I got him on a podcast, and it was weird because we're talking off air.
Yeah.
And then I hit the live button, I go live, and we're talking. And then he says, so I know that your mom passed away. I want to say a prayer for her. And he was like, I've been watching you for a long time. And he lists so many things I had done over the course of that 2 years before talking to him. To have someone that you idolize as a kid mark out for you as an individual, bro, literally on the show, I burst out into tears. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. I hit commercial break and was in tears, bro.
Yeah.
That right there for me, that was my, wow, Jesus Christ, that's great.
Yeah.
This guy, a guy that I've been idolizing for years, took his time to come on my show and pray for my mom who had just passed away and hype me up. I was shit, I was feeling like Rick Flair. I was strutting. I was like, shit, this guy knows everything about me. It was so surreal, bro. But yeah, NWA, man, if it wasn't for the NWA, there would be no real professional wrestling, because a lot of people don't realize it. The NWA spawned the WWF.
Exactly.
Which spawned the WWF, which in turn spawned the WWE. So when they say the NWA is the oldest governing body of professional wrestling in history, it is the facts.
Yes.
Vince McMahon Sr. was an NWA promoter. So, yeah. A little bit of history for you guys you didn't know. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. For your boy, Double J Josh James, I am the franchise, as it always is. It's the Wrestling Roundtable Pro Wrestling Network News. The news never stops. But you know what? We are going to stop right now. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
Bye.